guys, how are you all doing? It's your girl Cindy, and I'm super excited to be back again on your screen. I trust you guys are having beautiful, wonderful, amazing time today. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but I'm gonna share it anyways. This white woman is saying that black people are notorious for naming their kids 25-letter names that no one can pronounce. And I was wondering why black people. Anyways, let's see this video, and don't forget I have few stitches and comments I'm gonna show you. You all know how we do it here. Please check this video out.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get even pronounced right, let alone spelled right. Like, why would you do that?
There. Do you know why they actually do that? Yeah. The reason for that is because during slavery, their identities were taken away. So they had to have unique names in order to identify their offspring when they were sold from different plantations. So that came down generationally as generational trauma.
Okay, well, how about now? Isn't that sort of trauma for that poor kid that's never going to have his name spelled right?
Only to your standards. Like, what is?
If I were that child, I wouldn't want my name misspelled all the way through or mispronounced by people.
That's because people can't take the time to pronounce it correctly.
Whatever.
You can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but you can't say Jaquan. Are you kidding me?
Okay, whatever the result is, the poor child does not have his name pronounced correctly or spelled correctly.
Because people do not take the time. You can take the extra 2 seconds to do it, but instead you're sitting here making fun of a whole culture of people for things that they didn't have a choice on.
Do you have a name that gets misspelled a lot?
I sure don't. Well, because my mom whitewashed my name.
So that's racist.
Now, the thing is this, white people are not bothered, like they don't care to learn, how to pronounce the name or the names. For instance, as an African woman, I hardly tell people my English name. I tell them my native name, which is Chiamaka. Now, if you are a Nigerian from the eastern part of Nigeria, which is the Igbo tribe, of course, I come from the Igbo tribe. Now, I tell people my name is Chiamaka. Now, it means God is beautiful, okay? Now, I do tell my colleagues that are white my native name, and you could see them like Chimaka, and I'll be like, ugh. Now I would try to break it down for them like Chi, and they will repeat after me, Amaka, Amaka, and I'll be like, okay. But then the next day when they see you, they'll be like, uh, anyway, I'm sorry, never mind. Hi, are you okay? And stuff like that. I'll be like, huh? Now, obviously, the video went viral because I saw a lot of stitches, which I have put few stitches together. Let's just hear what people that stitched this video, obviously black people stitched this video. Let's just hear from them. And of course, I'm going to show you some comments. This video, the original video, got deleted, okay? But of course, people had to screen record and duet the video so we can literally see the whole video. But stay with me, guys. I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section, because from the video, you could tell that she had all the time to have that conversation. But trust me, they don't have 1 minute to learn how to pronounce a black native name. Let me just use that phrase. Yeah. Let's check the stitches out.
They're notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get.
Hey there, Karen. You know why the people of the global majority have so many letters in their names? Probably because during slavery, it was next to impossible if you didn't have a unique name to be able to find your child if they got sold. Yeah, think about that. So when they were slaves and property to someone, they began this tradition to ensure that they could find their loved ones once again. But please, your ignorance is great.
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that...
I'm sorry. Didn't Gwyneth Paltrow name her child Apple? Didn't Elon Musk name his child the symbol for pi? You act as though there's no Haley Joes running around here with like 15 fucking letters in it. You know what? I often say this. It's a black phrase, and maybe you probably don't know it because look at you. But staying the fuck out of black people business costs you absolutely nothing. So, black kids got 25 letter names that they're not going to be able to spell. And I'm guessing your thing is they're also not going to be able to get a job. That says more about the people that want to hire them than it does the black person, don't you think? Especially considering the fact that I have heard some wild white names. Wild. Mark Wayne. That's one word. Mark Wayne. Mullen. Fucking senator. Mark Wayne. His family just didn't have no fucking time to give him a middle name. Mark Wayne. Named after who? Mark in the Bible and Wayne Newton. What the fuck are you talking about? Woo!
I love this man.
This right here, this shit right here is exactly why you have so many fucking black folks that look at white people and go. Because some of y'all are so out of pocket, you motherfuckers is crawling around on somebody's kneecaps. Their pants. You are crawling around on the outside of their pants on their kneecap. That's how out of pocket you motherfuckers are. This bitch had the she had the gall. The gall. You understand? The gall. To go after black. Can y'all please keep us out your fucking conversations? Don't nobody give a fuck what you think? God damn. Rummer, Scout, Tracker. I've heard these. Come on, man. Come on. You have some nuts. You have some real nuts to say some shit like that. A motherfucker put in an application for a job. Hi, we're hiring for a job. So first off, can you tell us your name? Tracker Johnson. Excuse me? Tracker. Tracker Johnson, because you know my father liked to hunt. So he named me Tracker. Let's look through some of these applications. Okay. There's Rummer Jones. Haley Jade Moe. And that's all one word? But them names is perfectly okay. But heaven forbid black folks name some shit that y'all can't pronounce. We gotta have four letters in our name, like Toby. Bitch, get the business. Go find some fucking business. Do your kids still even talk to you? Are you still in contact with your children? Are you? Do they call and say, hey, mom, you eat today? Or get some water in you? Because if you're not even in contact with your children, how the fuck you over here worrying about ours? Man, seriously, I wish some of y'all would get some fucking business. And stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. We don't keep asking for you motherfuckers to say shit to us. God damn. Is there anything? Can we just be black and just walk on? I don't give a fuck. If I name my child something exotic, Indasia, which is one of my favorite names, Indasia with an N. It's not her fucking job to shorten it so your stupid ass can say it. It's your motherfucking job to give her the fucking respect that she damn well fucking deserves, regardless of whether or not her name is Indasia. Man, if you don't get the fuck on, you dried up prune, fuck out of here.
Okay, Y'all know that I love Uncle Thomas. Like, he is a funny man. Okay, now quick story. Now this happened some years ago. At an interview, the white man asked me, "What's your name?" And no, 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 no. How do you pronounce your name? I said Chiamaka, and he was like, "Sorry, Chiamaka." Okay. Do you mind if I call you Chichi? I said, mm-mm, mm-mm. My name is Chiamaka. And he was like, okay, Chiamaka. They always, they always murder my name. My name is Chiamaka. Is there Chiamaka? That's my name. That's my full name. Anyways, let's carry on with the stitches, and I'm going to show you guys some funny comments. Please check the stitches out.
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names.
They can name their child whatever they want. If you can name your newborn child, geek. I said what I said.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get even pronounced right, let alone spelled right. Like, why would you do that?
After the Civil War, many recently freed slaves took a last name like Freedman or Freeman. Others took the last name of their slave masters. Some because they had to swiftly give a name to their newly acquired citizenship. Others with the hopes that they may be reunited with family who have been sold or separated during the institution of slavery. My mother's maiden name is Beatty, spelled B-A-T-T-I-E. Her family is from Mississippi. My grandmother's name is Bessie Beatty. Her mother, my great-grandmother, is named Elizabeth Beatty. In 1850, during the U.S. Census, they do not list a person's property, just the names of slave owners and the count of the slaves. In Mississippi, there was a woman by the name of Elizabeth Beatty, spelled B-E-A-T-Y, who owned over 50 slaves. And I wonder if this is the cotton plantation my family roots grew from. I wonder if this is the name my ancestors placed aside their papers and fled the plantation with. Is there a magnolia tree down in Panola, Mississippi that has all of my family's blood? Williams is the most common last name for black folks. John Williams of the Louisiana plantation owned over 218 black people. After Williams, there's Johnson, then Smith, Jones, Brown, Jackson. Racial traumas and triggers are a formal greeting when we call our oppressor's name to introduce ourselves. When our names are a historical leash. Every time I meet a black person with the last name Beatty, I wonder if we are finally attending the family reunion. Every time I meet a white person with the last name Beatty, I wonder if they know what their family has done, what abuse has allowed them their breath. What a privilege to know which end of the whipping whip has your name on it, to know exactly what your name is attached to have a name embroidered on the bedroom door instead of the quarters. What a privilege. On the job application, at the bank, at the airport, in the emergency room. And people wonder about black names, why the names aren't shorter, why the runaway syllables aren't easier to catch, why our names chime like music when they traverse between lobes, about why we name our children after cars, after movement, after freedom, about why black names are always spelled with distinction, while black names always have a flair. It's because countries who declare independence get to name themselves, because niggas will always know reclamation. And when our names do not have your lineage, when our names are not what you expect, then what did you expect? for us to introduce ourselves, still running, for us to shake hands, still dripping the blood you drew.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names.
Okay, first of all, bullshit. I don't know not one black person with no 25-letter name. You know what I'm saying? I understand it was a hyperbole. You know, you're just trying to help get your point across. But what I feel like you actually have an issue with are names more closely associated with black culture. For example, my baby sister's name is Quanesha. Quanesha, right? An 8-letter name. Or I think that's 8. It might be 9. But anyway, an 8-letter name, right? Thompson is also an 8-letter name. Thompson, right? It's no different than the letter count. The actual issue is just your unwillingness to learn anything that you can't readily identify as white culture. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever that is. But don't put your low IQ on the entire race of people. You know what I'm saying? If you just don't have the capacity to learn anything more than what you already know, that's cool. But don't publicly be a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? You are embarrassing your kids. Go somewhere.
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children.
Something else I find really funny is that a name like Beauty is ghetto, bad, and trashy if you're black. But the French version of that name, Belle, is good, classy, and white. So it's like, it's good as long as you name the child not the exact word, but something that means the word in a different language. Like, for instance, you might find an African-American child whose name is Morning Light or Morning Star. And, like, that would be, like, trashy and ghetto and horrible. But then, like, your name is Dawn. So, like, I don't get it. It's just that the use of, like, the actual word instead of, like, the meaning of the word or another shorter version isn't rejected. Morning Light is a beautiful name. Dawn is the same thing.
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names.
I was 12 years old when I came to America, and I thought it was so interesting that people would name their kids Anne. Anne in my language, Farsi, literally means shit. And I was like, why would anyone want to name their kid that? That's so weird. At the time I was 12, again, I was 12. I was a teenager. Teenagers tend to think the world revolves around them. No offense to teenagers. And I hadn't met many people from different cultures, so my world was really small. I'm older now, I'm wiser, I've met people from all over the world, and I have such an appreciation for how beautiful and unique to me names can be. For some of us, that growth just takes more time. I'm also an educator. I've been in education for the past 11 years, and some of the most tricky names for me have been names like Michael and Michelle because they look so similar. Aaron, Haley, Taylor, Tyler. Those names always get so confusing for me, and there's all kinds of unique ways to spell them, just to name a few. And then there's my own name. My name in Iran, in Farsi, is Ghazal, but when I came to America, my mom asked me to change my name to Giselle so people can more easily pronounce it, because that Qa sound, Qa, does not exist in the English language. So people literally can't pronounce it if English is the only language they were born and raised with. So I've come to also understand that, and I love my both Giselle and Ghazal names. I think they're both a part of my identity. And yet, despite me changing my name, people still mispronounce my name Giselle, and they still misspell it. I got to choose how to spell my name, but people still misspell it all the time. All that to say, names can be difficult. That is a fact. But difficulty does not mean bad, and just because it's difficult for me does not mean it's difficult for other people. What makes things difficult for our children, especially since this woman is so concerned about black children, is the judgment that others put on children and their names and their identities. Because when that judgment gets internalized, people don't feel as worthy about themselves, even though they are. So if this lady ever sees this video, please be less judgmental and be open-minded if you're genuinely concerned about children. Otherwise, you are just ignorant and you are being racist. I think it would be really cool, though, if in 2024 we could all practice to be less judgmental and more open-minded. Because why not? Let's just try it and see what happens.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names.
While she's already gotten that lesson in the video, I'm not going to reiterate what she said. What I am going to say is this. My name is 5 letters. 5. 2 syllables. I've been called everything but my name over the course of 35 years. Kenda, Kendra, Kenya, Kwanzaa, Zena. My name is Kenza. These long 15-letter names, blah, blah. It's not about not knowing how to pronounce it, because I'm going to correct you every time. Every single time. Y'all think y'all are just too good to be corrected. Well, can I just call you? No, you cannot. My name is my name. My mama gave it to me, and you will call me as such. Period.
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get even pronounced right, let alone spelled right. Like, why would you do that?
The entitlement. The entitlement. Everything should abide to that lady's laws and logic. Everything must be made easy for her to conduct. Your name must be easy for her to pronounce and spell. Other than that, your name is ugly. What world we living in? And then they preach moral on us, telling us that we're doing things wrong. We're naming our kids wrong names. They want Western sounding names. Jerry, William, Billy. Here's the thing though. I did put energy to learn your guy's name. I studied them. I learned how to pronounce and spell these names. The least thing you can do is to do the same. Stay strong. Be proud of your name.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names.
Musician Frank Zappa had 4 children. His elder daughter was named Moon Unit, as in Moon, middle name Unit, Zappa. His younger daughter was named Diva, and his elder son was named Dweezil. His birth name was Ian Donald Calvin Elucid Zappa, but that's because the nurse at delivery refused to name him Dweezil. His parents called him Dweezil throughout his life. When he realized that Dweezil wasn't his legal name, he changed it to Dweezil. Gwyneth Paltrow has a daughter named Apple. I've met many a Caitlyn spelled like this. Everyone has crazy names. That is not specific to a race, ethnicity, religion, or culture. But black people actually have historical reasons for doing that. Do they?
Like, black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get even pronounced right, let alone spelled right.
I don't blame her at all. I don't. There is an entire generation and millions of people who feel the exact same way she does. They are our school administration. They're our HR department. They work for the housing agency, college admissions, and they are raising children who are playing with our children on the schoolyard, teasing and bullying our children. And anytime these individuals and their parents see names that don't sound like theirs or look like theirs, well, we know as adults our applications are denied. That rental application denied. That job application denied. That admissions application rejected. And if it's their children on the schoolyard, your child is being bullied. They're bullies and they're teasing children with different names and with different cultures and whose names are not as typical as Ashley, Bob, and John. Okay, so I wrote a book about it. I sure did. My book is called A Girl Named Rainbow. It's about a little girl with a unique name, and she gets teased by the bullies at school. She wonders why. Why doesn't she have a name like theirs? And she goes to her parents and she talks to her parents, and her parents tell her her name is beautiful and it's a part of who she is and about part of their culture. And you know what? Because it's a part of her culture and she loves her family and she loves who she is, she starts to love her name. And she befriends other children with unique names as well. And those bullies at the school, they see the kids and they see them happy and enjoying and playing and having fun and not bothered by them. They start to embrace and love them too. So check out A Girl Named Rainbow. It's available on the TikTok shop. And you know what? We've got to start talking to our children
and letting them know it's not an opportunity to tease or belittle, but it can provide an opportunity to learn more about other people and in time to embrace people for who they are. At least that's what I do as a parent. Do you?
Okay, I'm gonna buy that book, okay? She says it's on TikTok shop. So if you are on TikTok, please patronize her, patronize her sister. Um wow. The entitlement. Well, like I said, I took some screenshots of comments randomly because the original video is no longer on TikTok, so you guys can see what other people said in some comment sections. They are quite funny. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. How do you see this video? And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry, I'm gonna conclude this video with a voiceover because my microphone turned off and I didn't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop your comments in the comment section and don't forget to share this video, like, subscribe, and come back for more video. And of course, I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.